Welcome back to the show, everybody. We got a great one for you this morning. Check this out. Perianne Boring from the Digital Chamber of Commerce speaks on Dogecoin. We'll hear what she has to say. We got a warning from Christine Lagarde, the president of the European Central Bank, on crypto. Miami mayor steps up and says when it comes to the crypto and dollar, he lets you know clearly where his money's going. China's digital yuan is having trouble, we'll explain. Ripple and SBI receive a license from a central bank, and that is great news. Then we have a reminder that the narrative about GameStop and the retail investor using social media platforms to manipulate the system and the infrastructure, well, that narrative continues, and it's not just about stock market or stock manipulation. No. This is also about pipelines and everything else that's included. We need a new financial infrastructure, and I believe XRP can play a pivotal role in that process of changing over. But let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackUpBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. 2.4 trillion strong for the cryptocurrency market cap. Wow, that is a serious number. Looking here, more than $1 trillion sitting at Bitcoin's doorstep. It was at 58,000 a little earlier this morning, now at 57.7 plus. And we'll see if we get above that 60,000 mark. Technical analysts are telling us if they get above 60,000 with Bitcoin, it could make a strong push to 68,000. We'll keep an eye on that. Here's one that's been making a serious push. It's Ethereum. Over $4,000, $4,125.64. It's up 33% on the 7-day and 9.23% of that on the 24-hour. I do want to congratulate Ethereum and remind Ethereum to not hit your brake lights because Codius is dead on your ass. Now moving down to number 7 spot, courtesy of the dereliction of duty by the SEC and intimidation tactics. We're at $1.54. We're up 3.92% here on the 24-hour and down 2.77 on the 7-day. We will take a look quickly, if you haven't seen the video that I put out this morning about the technical analysts and what the experts are saying about price. We will take a quick look at that, but you could get a deeper look at some of the others in the first video from this morning as well. Now, I do want to say Doge obviously had a serious pullback over the weekend after the performance from Elon Musk on Saturday Night Live, admitting that it was a hustle. We'll get into that in just a second. I think it's worth noting. Now here we see 154 for XRP right now, 148 to 163 is where we're ranging. By the way, I want to tell you the numbers are brought to you by CryptoTaxAudit.com. That's Clinton Donnelly. He is the foremost authority on crypto taxes. And that is May 15th, 5 days away here. If you need to get some information or you need the protection, he has a very affordable service you can sign up for that will help protect you. It will give you weekly alerts, and it will also make sure you know that if the IRS is in fact looking to audit you, you will have 6 months advance notice to prepare for that, because of what Clinton is able to provide for you. So make sure you check him out. All right, on that front, let's take a look here and listen from Perianne Boring from the Digital Chamber of Commerce and hear what she says here quickly about Dogecoin. Listen.
Before we even get it, do you have a review of this? My sons watched, not live, but we all had conversations about this, and they were like, Dad, that was really weird. That was basically the Sorkin family review of Elon Musk on SNL. What did you think of this?
It is really weird. As you mentioned, Dogecoin is at above a $60 billion market cap today. And it is quite a conundrum to me to really understand how this joke just won't go away. And I'm glad you replayed that key clip from Saturday night's SNL viewing, because he did reveal something very telling, that it is a hustle. And what people...
And there you have it right there. It is, in fact, a hustle. And the fact that, honestly, it is sitting above XRP at the number 4 spot right now doesn't mean a lot to me. You know, I've shared the story here about BS. I think we all know what BS is, bullcrap, right? So the reality is there's a quick little story here. There's a pheasant and he's out in the pasture and he wants to get to the top of this tree because he just thinks the view up there will be amazing. So the bull in the pasture tells him, well, you should eat some of my dung. It'll get the nutrients from the grasses I've been eating, and it'll make you strong enough in a week or two, and you'll be able to fly to the top of that tree. So he takes the bull's advice. He eats the dung. He does get stronger. He does get the nutrients. And after a week or so, he's able to fly to the top of that tree. And when he does, a farmer walks out that same day, sees this fat pheasant at the top of this tree and shoots him and kills him and falls right out of the tree. Moral of the story is BS might get you to the top, but it won't keep you there. That's that. Let's keep moving on. Here we're looking at you've been shorted after the understanding that it is a hustle. Barry Silbert acknowledges it and says, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And the digital currency group revealed that his firm has taken a position of $1 million short on Doge, betting on the token's decline. Buyer beware. Here we see Michael Val 5 Links, Hall of Famer here. President of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde, warned that cryptocurrencies are prone to money laundering. She said that cryptocurrencies have no intrinsic value and investors should be prepared to lose all their money if investing in them. Well, this is coming from obviously the head of the European Central Bank. They do not like the idea of private money challenging government dollars. It's very simple. And in fact, they're working very diligently to be able to release digital dollars into the system to be the on and off ramps to anything that you may choose to purchase, buy, hold, or sell in the digital asset cryptocurrency world. Don't believe that. It's still true. Here we see one pushback here from Miami mayor who says because of all the government spending, the federal government spending, 1.9 trillion. He said, I think I need to have some cryptocurrency. And that's exactly what he did, buying Ethereum and Bitcoin to hedge against all of the federal government spending and printing of money. This is just more sign to me that there is a narrative that is not something we can turn back from. Now, I know everyone says they'll just raise the debt ceiling and they'll just print more money. But again, I remind you, and I know we've been talking about this for a couple years, but there's an imaginary line in the sand when it comes to confidence. And nobody will get an email when the confidence is lost in the US dollar. But they wouldn't be working on all the things that they're working on to get digital dollars designed, piloted, and launched if it wasn't a very real thing where we're going to. And it is very much a real thing where we're going to. And I think the acknowledgement of the mayor of Miami here buying Bitcoin is another very real acknowledgement of the fact that the dollar is just weakening by the day. Now, that none of this is financial advice, just my perspective on the news. Here we have Alipay, the mobile payment platform owned by Ant Group, is set to allow some of its users to participate in the emerging digital yuan commerce ecosystem. However, wait for it. A report has concluded that China's digital yuan has failed to impress in early large-scale pilots, drawing a lackluster reception from participants. A fact could throw up hurdles to the yuan's internationalization. Now, we go into this, and I did want to share this much with you here. Bloomberg stated that it interviewed a number of digital yuan users in Shenzhen, the city that has recently hosted the People's Bank of China, PBOC, biggest central bank digital currency CBDC pilot to date, involving 500,000 eligible pilot digital RMB users. The media outlet claimed that the participants it interviewed showed little interest in switching to the digital RMB and from mobile payment platforms such as Alipay and WeChat, which is why I believe they're trying to infiltrate into Ant Group and Alipay and all of these other different platforms, because they know that it's not being well received, right? Adding, some interviews balked at the possibility that the digital yuan might give authorities easier access to real-time data on their financial lives. The PBOC is operating fast-paced trials at a number of Winter Olympic sites, with the clock ticking down to next year's games to be held in Beijing for February 2022. The central bank has already stated it expects both domestic and international participants will be able to make use of the digital dollar, CBDC Yuan, by the time the games kick off. But Bloomberg quoted a 36-year-old telecom industry worker named Patricia Chen as stating, "I'm not at all excited." I wonder where she's at right now. And Vera Lynn, 25, stating using the digital yuan was easy, but added the incentives for making permanent shift to the digital yuan are lacking as private sector alternatives already work reliably, seamlessly with a wide range of smartphone and PC-based apps. And there you have it. It's that public-private sector. And I don't believe that the digital yuan is doing a public-private sector relationship at this point, but we shall see. Now, this is very, very, very good news. And this is Brooks Entwistle now at Ripple, reminding people that he worked at the UN in Cambodia for almost 30 years ago, serving, and it was for about a year. And he says, in a remote war-torn Preah Vihear province of UNTAC, UNTAC, in 92 to 93, seeing Ripple and SBI bring blockchain technology payment solutions to the country is super exciting, impactful, and personally meaningful. Wonderful. And what it really means is that SBI Ripple Asia receives a license from the Central Bank of Cambodia to offer remittance services between Vietnam and Cambodia using RippleNet. This is exciting. I mean, it is very exciting. And again, it does not need the United States Securities Exchange Commission's approval on the matter. And that makes it even more exciting to me. So now this is a reminder, and we've covered this, but from DJ Peter Vass, another Hall of Famer out here, SBI CEO Yoshitaka Kitao reveals Ripple to go public after its legal battle with the SEC is over. And it is just a reminder here on the channel that that is the goal. And we understand that XRP is up in sales compared to what it was prior to the lawsuit. We understand that the expansion of Ripple and XRP continues around the world in the areas that we just covered, right? We know that also you can throw in Malaysia, the Philippines, right? Singapore. You could throw in all these other regions that are continue to expand operations to be able to use RippleNet in the settlement of XRP. It is extremely exciting, and I can't wait for Ripple to have the opportunity to go public. Here we see this is XRP Attorney Seal, who is absolute straight fire, and the Oracle. I would follow the Oracle also. This is really interesting. You know, in the manner of the memorandum of understanding, that were sent to foreign market makers and foreign customers, or market regulators and foreign customers, he makes a great point here. He says, if in fact the court were to really basically allow those MOU requests to continue or to be admissible in court, they should certainly turn over all those documents that are received by the SEC to Ripple so they can in fact look and see what things that are in those documents that bode in their favor to make their own case. This is a reminder, and I covered this, but this is another reminder here that Ripple has sought out to hire 2 lobby firms in the past 3 months. And they are some of the biggest, most well-connected lobby firms out here, tied back to Hillary Clinton and the former president administration previously. So that to me is extremely exciting. They are not settling for any of this, and they really aren't. And it really goes to what he said here, and shout out to XRP Attorney Seal and the Oracle for this. You know, this really does mean that they really have to turn over all of these things. This is important because now not only Gary Gensler's SEC asking Congress to step in and regulate crypto, but so is Ripple. You've got 2 parties litigating crypto under the Securities Act of 1933, and both are asking Congress to step in and clarify this statute. You can't make this up. It's such a great point. I tell you, I'm so grateful for John Deaton, XRP Attorney Seal, and Jeremy Hogan, who have just been a beacon of light in this time of trying to understand what is going on in this case. And they really just bring it to light better than anybody. All right, here we see even more narrative here that there is trouble ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. The Federal Reserve balance sheet has grown 84% since last March. Yeah. Gold Telegraph says they have tools to deal with the surging inflation. And he says, I'm all ears. And you know what? So are we, right? Because I feel like we are at a point of no return. Again, I don't believe that just simply printing more money or raising the debt ceiling is going to resolve this issue. And I think we can all clearly understand that, pandemic or no pandemic, the one thing the government never seems to find themselves doing is saying we have to spend less, right? So we don't have to worry about that happening. Now, in other news here from Michael Val 5 Links is DarkSide, a group of veteran cyber criminals, is believed to be behind the ransomware attack on Colonial Pipeline, the worst cyber attack on critical U.S. infrastructure to date. Okay, so this isn't just about GameStop and the bad retail investors who came together and worked on social media platforms to manipulate GameStop. Yeah, no, this isn't about the greediest people on Wall Street for decades upon decades who have been controlling the markets because they're the greediest bastards on earth. No, it couldn't possibly be about that narrative. It's about us, the retail investor, right? Well, it's bigger than that because now the narrative expands to the critical infrastructure of the United States. And to me, this is all a narrative building to we need to move to distributed ledger technology to be able to protect ourselves, whether it's the pipeline or the stock market, from the attacks that we've seen here of late. And whether you consider that an attack from the Wall Street bets or not, I certainly don't. But, whether you consider that a part of the problem or not, that is the narrative that they are carrying now. And this, to me, is going to bring about change and is going to really, I think, put the pressure on Congress to say, look, you can't take as long as you want to get this done. And remember what they say in politics. Things move very slow until they move very fast. It sounds like double talk, but that's exactly how they work in government, right? So I think this narrative here is just mounting to where we're going to see something move through very fast to give the clarity we need, whether it's SEC Ripple case or on GameStop or on the critical infrastructure of the United States pipeline. So looking here, this is a reminder before we get out of here today that XRP is trying to break 163, 172. We're still in that same area. We are consolidating a bit of roll off over the weekend. We found support at 150 and 144. Or we will find support at those areas. Here is the update, and he says, I will wait in patience for XRP to break targets one by one. Love the confidence of these technical analysts. They are amazing. I'm very grateful for all of them. He says his initial targets of $272, $569, and $1333 all-time high is getting closer day by day. None of this is financial advice from me or them or anyone in any of the videos that we make here, but I do want to let you know, hit that like and subscribe. We're glad you're here. And make sure you check out all the links in the description box and the comment section. And I Trust Capital is the best gold, crypto, silver IRA offering on the planet. And they may have an offer that's open for 7 months free if you contact them right now and try to find out if you can participate in that. That's going to do it for me. I'll catch all of you on the next one.